We studied the effect of intermediaries in corrupt transactions. So intermediaries or middlemen, they are present probably in most transactions in reality, and yet there is almost no literature about them. And so I wanted to know what exactly they are doing. And then we thought, well, there are many intermediaries even in the legal market. So if you want to buy a house, you go to an intermediary. So what is specific about intermediaries in corruption? So in illegal transactions. And we saw that one effect possibly is that they reduce the moral feelings, the ethical feelings. So even if the corruption is widespread, people may think, no, corruption is still bad. And so they feel adverse about engaging into it. And so there is a lot of evidence that when something is done through intermediaries, people feel less guilty, less bad about it. And that's exactly what we found in our experiment. And so there were essentially two treatments, and in one of them there was no intermediary, and in the other there was. And otherwise they were exactly the same. And so there was an official, a citizen, who could engage into corruption. And the intermediary was just passing the information about which bribe the official wanted to get and whether the citizen would like to pay this bribe and nothing else. So the the intermediary didn't have any decision power, and yet there was higher corruption, meaning more officials and more citizens were willing to engage into corruption. So first we show that even when the corruption is widespread, as in many countries, and in our experiment actually most people turn out to be corrupt, still there are negative feelings about it. And so intermediaries, by making the transaction looking more normal, have an important effect. And so one kind of concrete application is whether this intermediary should be legalized. So should it be legal to give some advice to improve interaction between citizens and officials? And of course, in many cases, intermediaries do perfectly legal services. And yet, if they also do illegal services, the fact that they're legal may mean that people are more ready to go through it, and so the corruption may increase.